Assalamu alaikum. Today I wanted to talk about perspective, particularly in life. So there was this old fellow, he had just retired and he wanted to write his memoir. And it just so happened after a couple of days the wife wanted to go through his stuff, and which normally wives do, and she read about it. And she was really surprised and broken down literally to read what he had written. The narrative went like this. He had written that this was a horrible year. To start out with, I retired after 40 years of giving my life to an institution. And all they did at the end was throw a party for me and give me a lousy watch to wear. And since that time, none of my colleagues call me on a daily basis. Once in a while, they call me for a party or a wedding of their children, and I go attend that. But I'm removed from the career that I so much enjoyed. And that is depressing to me. On top of it, I was diagnosed with cancer. It took 3 to 4 months to fight it off, and after surgery and some radiation and some chemotherapy, I'm better now, but I can't believe it. At this age, I got cancer. He says, further depressing, my son got into a very nasty car accident. It was a collision that totaled the car. The car was totally gone, and we had to buy a new one. But more than that, my son ended up spending 2 months in the hospital with fractured bones, and he had to learn literally how to walk again. And that's very heartbreaking for me. Once this was all done, then I found out in the recent rains, the roof started leaking. So I had to redo the roof and fix some of the electrical problems, a bit of plumbing, and then the painting again. And it cost quite a bit of money. So it was a horrible year. The wife, on the other hand, had a beautiful perspective on life. So she rewrote right next to where he had written, she wrote her perspective. And she said, this last year was a beautiful year. That after giving myself into a career, building from scratch, I was able to have impeccable record over 40 years, and I retired with honors. My colleagues gave me a beautiful watch. So every time I look at my wrist to see what time it is, it reminds me of the good times I've had with them at that company. And now they don't want to bother me with their problems, but they do remember me in their happiness. And they call me for the weddings and the parties, and I go enjoy, and we laugh and we joke and we enjoy ourselves. And yes, I did get diagnosed with cancer, but that was beautiful. I got diagnosed. The cancer did not progress in my body to kill me. It got caught. And that is good news. And not only that, better news is they were able to treat it. Chemotherapy and surgery and radiation, everything was available right at their fingertips. And I survived. And I'm going to be able to enjoy the rest of the life cancer-free. Yes, my son got into an accident. But I'm so happy that he does not have any permanent disability. And he recovered. It only took 2 months. It could have been a lifetime of misery, but within 2 months he recovered. And yes, I missed seeing how he learned to walk when he was a child. And I learned how he walks again this time. So he started to learn how to walk in front of me. And I shall cherish that also. It brought us together as I used to go and see him in the hospital every day. As a father and a son, we rekindled that friendship as a child to his father. And that was a beautiful thing. Car, we got a new car. That was an old car. And then, just in time for repairs, the house that had provided shelter and comfort and watched my children grow, that house was neglected for so many years. And in the recent rains that we had, I was reminded to take care of that faithful servant. So I was able to get all the repairs done. The electricity is renewed, the wiring and the plumbing. So now we can live comfortably again for many, many years in that same house that served so well. It was a beautiful year. With the extra time now after retirement, I'm able to write good things about life and about my memories. I'm able to have friendship again with my wife on a different level, where I'm able to spend time with her. I'm able to do gardening. I'm able to read books now. This retirement is also beautiful. And guess what? I'm going to write a little book, some notes about my own career. So the next generation that is coming up might be able to benefit from it and use me as a stepping stone and do better in life based on my mistakes. It was a wonderful year. So looking back into this time of pandemic that we are going through right now and what was before, maybe it's a reset we needed in life, you and I. We can look at it from a negative point of view and say it was a horrible year. But we can also look at it that maybe this time that I have right now, maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, maybe it's next 50 years that I'll live. I want to make the rest of the time the best of time in my life to come. I want to reset myself. I want to reorganize my priorities and realize shopping does not bring me happiness. A branded watch does not give me prestige. Maybe I'm the one who gives prestige to the branded watch or that car. Clothes and their brand names don't make me look good, but the clothes should look good on me if my personality carries it. The extra time we have in quarantine or isolation is not a punishment. It's time to make links with people around you, even the plants around you. They're your children too. They're the inhabitants of your home. Take care of your houses. Clean them up. Fix the problems that you've had before. Fix problems in your relationships. Maybe talk more to people, even on WhatsApp or Skype or Viber, whatever you might have. Get connected. You don't have to shake hands, but you can see each other. You can tell each other how important you are for each other. That is what I would leave you with. And I hope you will also realize that it's really never a bad time. Maybe the rest of my days might be the best of my days. Thank you.